Hello, everyone. My name is Liba, and today I want to talk to you about learning English. English changed my life. It helped me make new friends and dream bigger. When I started, I was scared. I didn't know many words, and my accent was different. But I didn't give up. Learning English is like learning to walk. You fall, but you get up again. Maybe you're scared to speak or afraid to make mistakes, but remember, making mistakes helps you learn. If you don't try, you can't get better. Speaking English is like learning to swim. At first, the water seems deep, but once you jump in, you start feeling better. The more you practice, the easier it gets. One of the best ways to learn is by listening. Listen. Listen to English songs, movies, or people talking. You learn words without even trying. Another way is by practicing with friends, or even by yourself. Sometimes I talk to myself in English. It feels strange, but it helps. You don't need to know big words. Simple words are enough. Just focus on saying what you want, even if it's not perfect. When I was learning, I was scared people might laugh, but I spoke anyway. And guess what? People helped me, not laughed at me. If you feel nervous, that's okay. Just breathe and smile. The more you speak, the easier it gets. Reading out loud also helps. It's like exercise for your brain. The more you read, the stronger your English becomes. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you don't know how to say something, it's okay. Asking helps you learn. Believe in yourself. If you say I can't, it will be hard. But if you say I can, you'll make progress. Learning English is like climbing a mountain, one small step at a time. Keep going, and soon you'll reach the top. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about trying. Every time you speak, you are getting better. Don't give up, even when it feels hard. Small goals help. Learn new words or focus on pronunciation. One day, celebrate your progress. Write a little in English each day. This helps you practice. Thinking in English, over time, it gets easier. Find friends who want to practice too. It's okay to make mistakes together. Don't be afraid to talk to native speakers. They understand your learning. They will help you. Each mistake is a chance to learn. When you feel frustrated, don't give up. You are stronger than you think. You've already taken the first step. Learning English opens many doors. It helps you connect with people from around the world. It's a key to new opportunities, so keep going. Imagine yourself speaking English confidently. One day you'll say, I did it. Learning is hard, but you're doing great. If you make a mistake, don't be hard on yourself. Just remember, you're getting better every day. Keep learning and keep smiling. Chapter 2. Learning English can be hard, but it's also fun. When I started, I felt like I was too slow. Sometimes I didn't know what people were saying, but I kept going. I made mistakes, but that didn't stop me. If you want to learn English, you have to keep trying. The first thing I did was listen. I listened to music in English. I watched TV shows in English. At first I didn't understand much, but I didn't give up. Slowly, I started to hear more words. I noticed how people spoke, and I learned new things every day. When I was listening, I didn't just hear words. I listened to how people felt. When someone was happy, you could hear it in their voice. When someone was sad, it sounded different. This helped me understand English better. You can do the same. Listen to music or podcasts in English. Watch movies or videos. Even if you don't understand everything, it's okay. Just listen. Over time, you will hear the words more clearly. Another way to learn English is by reading. Reading helps you see how words are used. When you read books or stories, you learn new words. You also learn how to put words together to make sentences. The more you read, the better you get. Start with easy books. Don't worry about reading long stories at first. Pick books with pictures and simple words. These books will help you understand the meaning of words as you read. Try to say the words out loud. This helps you learn how to speak them correctly. If you don't know a word, don't be afraid to look it up. You can use a dictionary or an app on your phone. Write down the new words. You learn when you see a word again, you'll remember it. This will make it easier to understand when you hear or read it next time. Don't be afraid to speak. At first, you might be shy. You might worry that you will say something wrong. But remember, making mistakes is part of learning. Everyone makes mistakes when they learn something new. It's okay to make mistakes in English. What matters is that you keep trying. Find someone to practice with. It can be a friend or even a family member. If you don't have anyone, try speaking to yourself. Pretend you are talking to someone. It might feel strange, but it helps. When you speak, your brain gets used to the words. You can also use apps or websites to practice. There are many apps that help you learn English. You can practice speaking, reading, and listening. Some apps even have games to help you learn new words. They make learning fun. Another way to practice is by writing. Write about your day. Write simple sentences. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just write what you can. This helps you think in English and practice your writing skills. When I first started, I kept a small notebook. Every day I wrote one sentence in English. It was a simple sentence, but it helped. Over time, I could write more and more. I was proud of the progress I made. If you want to get better at English, you need to practice every day. It doesn't matter how much time you spend, but try to do a little bit every day. Even if you only practice for 10 minutes, it will help. If you practice every day, you will get better faster. It's also important to set goals. Start with small goals. For example, you can learn 5 new words every day, or you can practice speaking for 10 minutes each day. When you reach your goal, you will feel proud. It will make you want to keep going. If you have a bad day, don't worry. Everyone has tough days. Learning a new language is hard. There will be days when you feel frustrated. That's okay. Just remember why you started. Keep going and you will improve. Learning English is a journey and every step counts. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you don't understand something, ask. If you are in a class, ask your teacher. If you are practicing with a friend, ask them. People will help you. Asking questions shows that you are learning. It helps you get better. One thing that helped me was finding friends who were also learning English. We would practice together. We didn't worry about making mistakes. We laughed at our mistakes and helped each other. It made learning more fun. It made me feel better about speaking. If you don't have friends who are learning English, you can find a group online. There are many groups where people learn English together. You can join these groups and practice with people from around the world. It's a great way to learn and make new friends. Remember, learning English takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Be patient with yourself. If you keep practicing, you will get better. Every little step you take brings you closer to your goal. You will be proud of yourself for not giving up. Learning English can change your life. It can help you make new friends, find new job opportunities, and connect with people from all over the world. So keep going. Keep learning. You can do it. The Chapter 3. When I started learning English, I felt nervous. It was hard, and I was afraid to make mistakes. I didn't want people to laugh at me. But I learned that making mistakes is okay. Everyone makes mistakes when they learn something new. If you don't make mistakes, you won't learn. At first, I was shy. I didn't want to speak in front of others, but I knew if I didn't try, I wouldn't get better. So I began to speak, even though I was scared. The more I spoke, the easier it became. I started to feel more confident. One thing that helped me was finding a quiet place to practice. I would speak to myself in English. I pretended I was talking to someone. It felt strange at first, but it really helped. You can do the same. Find a quiet place and talk. You can practice saying simple sentences like, "My name is," or "I am happy." It's important to practice every day. The more you practice, the better you get. You can start with just a few minutes each day. It doesn't have to be long. Just a little bit every day will help you improve. Even if you practice for just 5 minutes, it's better than nothing. Another thing that helped me was listening to English every day. I listened to songs, watched TV shows, and even listened to the news. It was hard. At first, I didn't understand everything, but I kept listening over time. I began to hear the words clearly. My brain started to get used to. The sounds of English listening is one of the best ways to learn. It helps you hear the right way to say words. It helps you understand how words fit together in a news. It was hard at first. I didn't understand everything, but I kept listening. Over time, I began to hear the words clearly. My brain started to get used to the sounds of English. Listening is one of the best ways to learn. It helps you hear the right way to say words. It helps you understand how words fit together in a sentence. When you listen, try to repeat what you hear. This will help you improve your speaking. If you don't understand something, don't worry. Just keep listening. The more you listen, the more you will understand. It's like learning to ride a bike. At first it's hard, but with practice, it gets easier. When I was learning, I also watched videos with subtitles. I would watch the video in English, and the words would appear on the screen. This helped me understand what was being said. It also helped me learn new words. I would stop the video and repeat the words I didn't know. You can also use a dictionary to learn new words. There are many apps you can use to find the meaning of words. When you learn a new word, try to use it in a sentence. This will help you remember it. Another way to learn is by reading. Start with simple books. Books for children are a great place to start. They have easy words and fun pictures. As you read, say the words out loud. This will help you learn how to say them correctly. If you don't know a word, you can look it up. When you read, try to guess the meaning of the word. This will help you learn faster. Don't be afraid to stop and check the meaning. It's better to understand the word than to keep reading without knowing what it means. Reading also helps you learn how to form sentences. You will see how sentences are built. You will learn when to use different words. This will help you when you speak. When I was learning, I would write down new words in a notebook. I would write the word, its meaning, and a sentence using the word. This helped me remember the word. I also wrote short stories in English. They were simple at first, but over time, they became better. Writing is another good way to learn. You don't have to write long stories, just write 1 or 2 sentences each day. The more you write, the better you get. Writing helps you practice using new words and making sentences. Another way to practice speaking is by finding a partner. Find someone who is also learning English. You can practice together. If you don't have anyone to practice with, you can find someone online. There are many groups where people practice speaking English. You can join these groups and talk to others. It's okay if you make mistakes when you speak. Don't worry about it. The important thing is that you try. Every time you speak, you get better. If you don't speak, you won't improve. So speak as much as you can. It's also helpful to set small goals. For example, you can set a goal to learn 5 new words each week. Or you can set a goal to practice speaking for 10 minutes every day. When you reach your goal, you will feel proud. It will help you keep going. Sometimes, learning English can be hard. There will be days when you feel tired or frustrated. But don't give up. Keep going. Remember, every small step counts. The more you practice, the better you will get. One of the most important things is to stay positive. Believe in yourself. If you think, I can do this, it will be easier. If you think, I can't do this, it will be harder. Stay positive and keep trying. You can do it. Finally, be patient. Learning English takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, but if you keep practicing, you will improve. Remember, every little step helps, so don't stop. Keep going, and one day you will be able to speak English confidently. Keep practicing, and you will get there. Chapter 4. When I started learning English, I didn't know where to begin. There were so many things to learn. I was confused about what to study first, but I soon realized that the best way to start is with the basics. The basics are the foundation of everything. Without them, you can't build anything. The first thing I learned was how to introduce myself. This is very important. When you meet someone new, you need to know how to say your name and ask for theirs. So I learned to say, "Hello, my name is G," and "What is your name?" I practiced this until it felt natural. After that, I learned simple greetings. "How are you?" is a common question. I learned how to answer with, "I'm fine, thank you," or "I'm good." I also learned to say, "Good morning," "Good afternoon," and "Good night." These are the first things people will say to you, so it's important to know them. Next, I focused on learning numbers. Numbers are used everywhere. You need them for telling time, buying things, and giving phone numbers. I learned how to count from 1 to 100. I also learned how to ask for prices like, "How much is this?" and how to say the price like, It's $10. Once I felt comfortable with greetings and numbers, I moved on to everyday words. I learned the names of common things like apple, book, car, and house. These words are used every day. I also learned how to ask questions like, "What is this?" and "Where is the bathroom?" When I learned more words, I started to put them together. I learned how to make simple sentences. For example, "I like apples," or "This is my book." I practiced making sentences every day. The more I practiced, the easier it became to speak. It's also important to learn how to ask for help. If you don't understand something, it's okay to ask. I learned to say, "Can you help me, please?" or "What does this word mean?" People are usually happy to help if you ask politely. After a while, I started learning about verbs. Verbs are action words like eat, sleep, and run. I learned how to use verbs in sentences. For example, "I eat breakfast," or "She runs fast." Verbs are important because they show what is happening in a sentence. Next, I focused on learning tenses. Tenses tell you when something happens. There are 3 main tenses: past, present, and future. For example, I eat is in the present, I ate is in the past, and I will eat is in the future. I practiced making sentences in different tenses. Learning tenses was difficult at first, but I didn't give up. I practiced every day. I made simple sentences in all the tenses, and slowly it became easier. You don't need to learn all the tenses at once. Start with the present tense, and then move to the past and future tenses. One thing that helped me was reading books in English. At first, I read simple books for beginners. These books used easy words, and they had pictures that helped me understand the story. As I read more, I learned new words and became better at understanding English. Reading is one of the best ways to improve. It helps you learn new words and see how sentences are built. It also helps you practice pronunciation. If you see a word you don't know, look it up. This will help you learn faster. I also listen to English every day. I listen to podcasts, songs, and news reports. At first, it was hard to understand, but over time, I started to hear the words clearly. Listening helps you get used to the sound of English. It also helps you learn how people speak in real life. Speaking is important too. Don't be afraid to talk, even if you make mistakes. The more you speak, the better you get. Try speaking with friends or family. If you don't have anyone to practice with, talk to yourself. Practice saying sentences and asking questions. When I was learning, I also wrote in English every day. I started by writing simple sentences. For example, "I like to read." Later, I wrote short paragraphs about my day. Writing helps you practice using new words. It also helps you think in English, which is very important. Another thing that helped me was setting goals. I set small goals, like learning 5 new words every week. Once I reached my goal, I felt proud. Setting goals made learning easier and more fun. You can set your own goals. They can be small at first, like learning how to ask for directions or ordering food at a restaurant. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes when you're learning. If you don't make mistakes, you won't learn. Every mistake is a chance to get better. So don't be afraid to speak, read, write, and listen in English. One of the best ways to learn is by practicing every day. It doesn't matter how long you practice. Just practice a little bit every day. If you practice every day, you will improve. Even if you only practice for 10 minutes, it will help you get better. Remember, learning English is a journey. It takes time, but you will get better if you keep practicing. Stay positive, believe in yourself, and never give up. You can do it. Keep learning and keep practicing. Every day is a step closer to speaking English fluently.